The deadline to agree to arbitration deals with arbitration eligible players was yesterday. The Braves had 2 of them after making a bunch of trades like Kyle Wright and all those guys. They're now out of the building. Michael Soroka, I think those guys. They only had 2 of them, 2 big ones though, Max Fried and A.J. Minter, and they actually got both the deals done. I was pretty surprised. I thought at least one of them would be going to arbitration. Max Fried has gone to arbitration the last 2 years. He settles for a 1-year, $15 million deal. A.J. Minter is 1 year, $6.22 million. So right about where they were projected. And either way, I don't read into too much of this. You know, sometimes they go to arbitration and people are like, oh, dude, there's animosity between the 2 ties. Why would you pinch pennies? Well, that's not how it works. You file, and if the filings do not meet up, you don't know what the other side filed. If the filings do not meet up, you go to court. It's really that simple. Like, people act like they were sitting down with Max Fried and just like discussing a contract. Well, most of the time, that's not how it is. But it is good that these things get done. It's very positive. Is it a sign for something more? I don't know. Maybe they are having discussions with these guys. But my hope between now and the offseason, or now and the start of the season, is that one of these guys gets signed to a contract extension.
If it doesn't happen before the season, I wouldn't say that, because I think that there's a possibility that A.J. Minter could agree to an in-season deal. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. He feels like a guy who just wants to be in Atlanta. He fits in real well here. He's cut his teeth here. This organization has stuck with him, especially Snicker. He's had his fair share of struggles, and the Braves kept throwing him out there. He took a stint in AAA, came back, hasn't looked back. So I think that A.J. Minter is of the, cut from the cloth that a lot of Braves extensions have been. Max Fried, on the other hand, if the season starts without Max Fried agreeing to a deal, I do believe I'm going to wet blanket this, and I hate to be that guy because I do like to be the optimistic guy. He's as good as gone, because once he hits the free agent market, people are going to start throwing out numbers that the Braves are just going to be like, you guys are overpaying. And as you like to say, and I think it's a great saying, Alex Anthopoulos never pays sticker price.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't even really want to talk too much about Max Fried. It's probably not going to happen. So we'll have these conversations plenty of times. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if he gets to free agency, it's just going to get too ridiculous. And, he doesn't really have ties to Atlanta. A.J. Minter could be a scenario where they're kind of like, maybe the Braves want to see him prove it one more year, because I'm sure he's trying to demand top setup reliever market, maybe like a 5-year, $50 million deal, 5-year, $45 million deal, which is, top of the market for, high setup men relievers, which is what he has been over the last couple of seasons. But they might want to see him do it with a little pressure under the contract year. And then, if he's having a good season, they might say, all right, here's your 5 for 50 or whatever. So I definitely think it's very possible. I'll tell you who's going to take a huge hit if A.J. Minter does walk is the Buckhead bar scene. Or the Battery
I see
bar
that.
scene.
It's all of Metro Atlanta. We live in Roswell.
I've seen him in Live After 5.
I've seen him in downtown Roswell all the time. I've seen him in Buckhead. Yeah,
the Battery
that's
after the game.
Real hit.
The bar scene around Atlanta is going to take a massive hit.
Nobody loves A.J. Minter more than the Atlanta bar scene. You're absolutely right.
And I also love that he's just one of the guys. Like, you just see him out after a game.
Relief pitchers aren't real baseball players. I mean, they throw like once every other day, and
it does damn hard though,
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely. And he wears a cowboy hat. Love the guy. The guy.
Coming up after the break, Bleacher Report ranks the top 10 off seasons. Who's had the best one? The Braves came in pretty high on the list.